It's a hell of a fire. It's more of a fucking circle of flame more than it is, like most of the fires up there. We had it down here, but as we dumped, the little mini couldn't push it.
I open this up, pocket my pocket, and you never even know I got it pointed at you.
Oh, you
This is me. So how did I end up here? I met Owen and Jeremy on the same day in 2018. I had called the Trees office and they set up an interview at Cooter Brown's Tavern. Owen told me all he needed me to do was turn a big saw sideways and cut for the crane. So I said yes, and I started working with their crane, which they had just picked up after a successful trip to Hurricane Francis. I told Owen I wanted to make videos about trees, and he told me not to, but I made one anyway. We spent 2018 doing tree work with that crane in New Orleans and at a few tornadoes, most notably in Ruston, Louisiana. In 2021, I came back to New Orleans to find Owen working with a totally new crew of almost all climbers. And a company from Texas decided to produce a pilot about trees, which never ended up becoming a TV show.
What do I like about cutting trees? Everything.
That summer, as I was getting ready to leave again, Justin Hartman came into the picture, and Owen worked with him pretty much the whole time that I was traveling. He called me in December of 2022 and told me that he was painting a knuckle boom orange.
Okay, so I found a brush.
But after that saga with Justin Hartman, Owen found himself in a place where lots of people throughout the country knew who he was and were willing to help him. That's what made Kids with a K-Boom possible, and it's what made Trees Florida possible. He has a strong base of folks working with him at home and also the opportunity to travel.
We are low on oil. Yeah.
I told you not to start it.
I told you not to start it. It's got to get started eventually.
It ain't gonna matter, Derek.
Just run her until it pops.
Supplies for a wrench for a hammer, hammers everything else. It just don't seem to make much difference. I sure do like it, but it's hard on equipment.
I said I sure do like it, but it's hard on equipment. Yeah! Thanks, y'all. I'm James, this is John. We like songs. We're gonna do some of that. That song, John? Yeah.
Is it orange?
When you get, no, it's not orange.
Was it 420? No fucking way. Dude, I love 420. Yeah, when we were at Hurricane Francis, we knew before we left, our goal was to get a crane. We didn't think a whole lot about the money while we were working. I mean, we were working our asses off. But there was a moment near the end where we were like, holy shit, like we got it. Shit's gonna be different.
And then Greg and Owen went to Texas?
Yes, yeah, they drove down to, McAllen? Owen was like, you wanna see how high this thing can go? And I was like, yeah. And so I tied into it. It almost felt like we glitched out. Like, we're not supposed to be able to have this. When you're at a storm, you see a lot of shit that you're just like, if I had a crane.
What do you remember about Ruston? Do you remember when we pushed the tree over with the stick crane?
Yeah.
In Ruston?
Oh yeah. Just extending the boom. I didn't feel unsafe. I don't think it added any longevity to the crane's life. Yeah, I mean, I don't recommend anybody to do cuts like that unless they're me.
I ran into Justin, yeah, that was a weird one. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of captivated in that moment. I mean, I remember when those knuckle booms, those grapple saw trucks first came out and they were in that magazine. I ripped the page out of the magazine and I stuck it on the door at the Fern. So I looked at it every day I left the house. And then I ran into him and it was just, here's one, here's one, here's one.
That was the only time I ever met Justin.
Well, be thankful you only met him once. He didn't get a chance to screw you over.